Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be getting ourselves a lovely iron farm started, and we're going to be going after the wither. So I hope you guys are ready. Yes, today we are starting off in the nether. That's right. I have some nether stuff that I would like to find and or get a hold of. One of those being heads. So now I've enchanted my sword, and the sword is quite powerful, I would have to say. I have Vorpal, only two, and then I also have capturing on here. So we just got a head, and this was like this, what is this, the second or third wither skeleton? So Vorpal's going to be really helpful with that. We could I think we can get heads for just about any mob, I think. If there is a head for that mob. I don't know if blazes, of course, have heads. Even though I could install data packs, that would give me access to all the mob heads. But yeah, I am out here hunting for wither skeletons. And yeah, I don't know when I'm going to fight the wither, even though the sooner the better. Because one thing I really want to get set up is an iron farm really soon. And I need to set it, I want to set it up right where the spawn chunks are, so that way it's always loaded. Because we don't actually need to be around it for it to function. So right here, let me kill some of these guys. So yeah, I also have capturing, of course. Okay, we're being super attacked right now. Quit. Okay, I don't know if we're taking any hearts because my hearts are different colors. Oh, I also have leeching. Oh, look, 4 wither skeleton skulls. This is the sword, by the way. Sharpness 5, Cavalier 3, which I think means if you ride mount, you will hit harder. Leech, which means we get our every time we hit something, we get our life back. Vorpal 2, and of course capturing we got from the mob. So all I did, and then Bane of Illagers is on here as well, which is kind of cool. Which means when we fight Illagers, of course, we do more damage to them, which is always nice. Wow, I thought this was like a world generation thing that was not loading, but yeah, it actually was loading. Well, that was really quick. We already got enough wither skeleton skull heads to well, to fight the wither. Even though I don't know if I'm 100% ready to fight the wither, because that is a whole other task in itself. So right where I'm standing is actually world spawn. Now, to find this, you can usually like die. That'll take you right to where your spawn point is. But you want to mark where your spawn point is at. But this right here is the center of the chunk from which the spawn point is located, which means this right here is going to always stay loaded. Now, to see where your chunk borders are, you can hit F3 and G at the same time. And you can see it'll pull up the debug menu for vanilla Minecraft that will show you chunk borders, which is very, very nice. This was added several updates ago, but this is still a really useful feature. And right here, I'm right in the center of that chunk, and this is where we're going to start our iron golem farm. And yeah, since iron golem farms are really nice and easy to make in this this version, that's exactly what we're going to do. So at this point, we are now building ourselves, I believe it's a modified version of Doc Ims. It's the one I've used for quite a while now in my hardcore runs and stuff like that. But we need to go out 4 blocks from here on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And technically, after we do 4, you go 2 more blocks and then 1 more block. And this is the main standing platform. Hopefully that's easy to remember, but for me, it definitely is. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the nose of the bed. The bed will go on these 2 blocks, and then this will be the platform that the villagers stand on. Hopefully that makes sense. And we can kind of show this by doing this little number, like this, and we can go ahead and get the beds placed down. Because honestly, the villagers go first, so we have to get the villager up here first, or get the villagers up here first, because we want them to get settled. I kind of like to leave them overnight, and that's when we go ahead and we actually place the zombie inside of a cauldron that has water in it. I don't know if it's easier to have the water in it when we place them in there or what. We'll figure that out as we go. But let's go ahead and get our beds placed, because that is going to be the next hardest part. So, placing the beds. You want the heads of the beds to be facing the brick here. Here I am recreating a tutorial for this farm that I'm sure a lot of people know how to do. but it even works in modded. This really changes the game on how easy it is to build farms like this, especially when you have ways of picking mobs up. It just really just amplifies how nice this is. Next, I'm going to use some composters since they're fairly easy to get a hold of. And yeah, it doesn't take too much. And by the way, I don't want my spawn point to be here. Even though I just set it, I'll make sure to set it back when I get done with this. But right back here, we're placing a composter. By the way, all these blocks that are underneath it will end up being moved. So just keep that in mind that those blocks will eventually disappear. So like I said, this is a modified version of DocIms. Little setup, so very simple. Let's go ahead and place a block here. And then on top of that, we'll place a slab. Not a full block. I placed a full block, didn't I? Place a slab like that. And then we can go ahead and break this block. We actually don't need a slab here. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go up 2 and then place a slab here as well. And then it's going to be slabbed off the side like so, right on this. And we're going to have a little double slabbed setup like this. So this should hopefully prevent us from having any problems as far as golems and stuff spawning here. And we have to repeat this process on the other side. Now, on the bottom here, this is actually going to get a trap door. And the trap door is going to be waterlogged. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But it's going to be waterlogged just like that. And basically the villagers are going to set on top of it. And then after that, let me go ahead and just extend this out because this is actually kind of one of the more complicated bits that we have to get done. I'm just going to give myself a place to stand and then place the slab here. We can break these slabs. And then what we need to do is take a trapdoor, place a trapdoor right here, and then place a piece of carpet on top of that. And when villagers are bobbing up and down here on this water, they will just bounce above the carpet and they'll see the zombie that we're going to have over here. And that zombie is going to freak them out a little bit, right? It's going to freak them out. And that's going to cause iron golems to spawn, which is exactly what I want. My little spawn platform that's up here is actually 2 blocks. Well, I guess that you can say this is the 3rd block above the cauldron. And you can find that by just aligning this up right here. You'll see that this actually aligns right on the bottom part of this block. So you want it to be the same level here. It is getting dark, which is not that big of a deal. But what I want to do is take this and I'm going to build a fence line that just runs along this side here and then stops. You don't want to take it any further than that. You just want to run that fence line right along there. Now, this actually makes it a little bit easier to do. But on the other side, we're going to take some spruce fence and we're just going to place them like this and then just open them up. And we're going to do that. We're going to do the fence on this side and we're going to do this fence on this side, or I guess you could say gate on this side and fence on the other side. So I don't know if this really matters or not, having this where they slide off into this area or having them slide off into this area. I don't think it honestly matters. I've done it both ways. Maybe this would have a less chance of them potentially getting onto this this area, but I don't know. I'm not too worried. But with it set like this, we do need to make sure the water is going to flow in a very particular direction. So to do that, we need to place down 2 water buckets. One right here. And you can see, technically this pushes everything this way, but if we place another water bucket like this, you can see the water is sort of split, right? I'm actually going to take this back down because I got to come all the way back up here. I got to grab some more water buckets, but I think actually, you know what? I could probably take this water bucket, this water source, since we're not using it just yet. I just need to make sure to place it because we should be able to get ourselves actually a water source then that we can use. We just need to make sure to place it here. Then we can scoop it out. Place one here. Scoop it out. Place one here. And as you can see, the water is definitely being pushed in this direction, but this side also needs the water as well. But yeah, you can see things are getting pushed in the corners and you get slowly pushed and moved. And that's exactly what we want. Just like that. It's kind of weird to set up, but as you can see, water is flowing in both directions. You won't get stuck in the center. All right, now that we have that, I do need to build myself a little bit of a platform. Also, I got to get back over here. Let me go ahead, while I'm here, grab another bucket. Actually, 2 buckets while I'm here. Because I actually have my zombie on me, but we don't want to use the zombie just yet. Just yet. Let me go ahead and just head over here. I want to make sure that is waterlogged. That's waterlogged. And then I can put that in here, but let's actually get down to that level real quick. And I'll show you exactly what we can do from that point. So once we're down here, we actually need to put a slab down. So a slab actually needs to go right here on the ceiling. And that's going to keep the villager. So hopefully I can place the zombie villager right here. And it will just fall down into this. I might still set up a little bit of a barricade just to make sure I can get them in properly. Something like this, you know, just to make sure, because I don't want to mess up. That's for sure. Well, I guess if I mess up, it wouldn't be that hard to fix it, right? But anyways, I should be able to get them in there. So of course, before I get this whole thing activated, I definitely want to make sure that this thing is ready to rock and roll. So for that, I have a little drop chamber, and how this is going to work is there's going to be lava that is just one piece of lava right here, and underneath that is going to be a sign. You need the lava to be 3 blocks above where they are going to be standing, and so that way just the top of their heads are going to be catching on fire, and the drops actually go in the hoppers. But we do need to get signs all around here, and I also need to have water in all 4 corners. And then, of course, we are going... Actually, we probably need water here, here, here. Because of how I have this situated, it isn't the best... Isn't the best setup in the world. From the looks of it, that could probably spread more. Don't know why it's actually not. Maybe it's because... There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to spread like that. Same on the other side. So, what I'm probably going to have to do is just make sure all 4 corners are on there and then break the corners. But... this should definitely work, and then I'm going to put the signs, like I said, up here, and we'll get it going. As you can see, I now have it set up, but I had to leave this hole like it is first before this would actually function properly. But how we're going to do this is, let's take the signs, and there's going to be a sign right here. There's going to be a sign right here, and here. Luckily, it pauses the game so we don't slide. On a server, it'd be a little bit different. But this is going to block off all the water. Now, it is going to be a little bit more difficult. And you probably could do this first. But right on top, we actually need to get just like this. I don't know why I have it edited as S. But we can always right-click to change that. That is actually a mod feature. I think that's Quirk that does that. I try to know my mods and what they do. Quirk it has so many features, it's just ridiculous. But boy, Vasky is awesome because of that. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to have to put this on the other side first. And then this will work. Yeah, this is much easier before. So I'm about to have 3 villagers in this work stall. And I should be able to get 3 more in the other one. You need 3 in here. Hopefully I can get this just right. The way it spawns in there, if anything... There we go. Now I can definitely get it in there. Perfect. And it should recognize its bed. They have nowhere else to spawn except for there. Might even be easier to do this at night. The one thing, you want to keep your platform away from there so that way they don't spawn on the platform, because then you got to put them right back. And you don't have to deal with that. So over here I have name tagged Bob the Killer. And this guy is going to be the one that we try to put in there. But... keep in mind, I do need to wait until the next night. So I just got all of these guys put in here. I need to wait for this day to finish. I'll go ahead and sleep through the night just to make sure they recognize their beds. And so that way they pick their beds and they also convert and pick their workstation. Now, you may think this is too close. Well, actually, as long as these guys aren't within 35 blocks of each other. So this village is considered, it has a range of 35 blocks in a radius. So once it goes out 35 blocks, you should be good. And this one also stretches out 35 blocks. So once this stretches out 35 blocks, as long as they're not touching, right? As long as they're not within each other's space, they should be good. So this actually should be far enough away to work. Same with our village trading hall. It's actually not considered a village there. That's why, I mean, you don't see golem spawning, but this, right, like the villager trading hall, I think they need line of sight of each other, and they don't really have that here. Well, they actually might have line of sight of each other. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure this right here prevents them from having line of sight. But anyways, all I gotta do is wait for the night, and then we can place our zombie, or at least try to get that bad boy in there. So I have the area filled with water. Now I'm gonna click him right here. Oh, good, he spawned. He landed right in it. Oh, they're already spawning. We gotta get this platform off of here ASAP. We'll go ahead and break these, and then we gotta get rid of this platform. Even though we should be fine, I already see that they're spawning. Oh yeah, and we can go ahead and break this. As you can see, everything is working as intended. These guys get thrown into the lava. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. And already we're getting iron and poppies, which is exactly what we need. And I'm actually going to go ahead and fill this in with glass. So just 2 pieces of glass pane is all we need. And that will round off our lovely iron golem farm that should even run while we're over here in our base. I mean, and this should work perfect. Look at that. They, yep, they are just getting wrecked in that lava. So, this actually works pretty well. And, now we have an unlimited supply of iron, or we're about to have a unlimited supply of iron, which will be very helpful as we need that to build beacons, and I plan on having several beacons in our base, because, yeah, defeating the Wither, that shouldn't be that hard, right? So I've been in the roof of the Nether mining for quite some time. You can see I pretty much went through my entire mining gadget, and I was looking for a space that's similar to this. So you don't have to have it completely perfect, but this should work. But what you need is you need a block, just like this, but not only do you need the block, you need an empty space above it. And so right here, we have that. It is almost perfect, not 100% perfect, so I'm hoping this works. There's a chance that it will not work. But I mean, we're better off this way going ahead and trying it. What I'm going to do is the wither can be placed like this. I'm actually going to place the obsidian here. The wither can be placed on its side like this. And what's going to happen is it's going to spawn and it's going to get its head stuck. It's going to be floating right above this obsidian block, and it's going to float its head in there and hopefully get its head stuck. That's the goal. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and dump all of this stuff. Now you can take explosion damage right off the start, so let's go ahead and get her done. Let's get this done. Bam. And it should float up and hopefully get its head stuck. And if it doesn't, it'll just go crazy, by the way. Okay, it is completely stuck. Oh, it kind of got free, but then it got stuck again. Oh, nope, it's free. It's free. But we have Vorpal, so we're okay. But this is a great way to kind of trap the boss so he can't go anywhere. Honestly, I think this is still the best place to fight this guy anyways, as you don't have to worry about too much. But you can go ahead, you can actually get his head stuck inside this bedrock. It's actually easier to do underneath the end portal, but we haven't gone to the end yet, so the end portal underneath it is honestly the best place to fight the Wither, as it's just super easy to do. So I figured I could actually utilize our little factory for once, since I made this thing and haven't utilized it yet. I actually want to start with some hopping bonsais. I'll go ahead and connect some hoppers up to here, and what I want to do is make an auto charcoal farm. So from here, I should be able to, I'll manually place spruce logs in here because I'm going to be utilizing spruce. So if I place spruce logs in here, hopefully it'll be able to go quick enough that it'll only allow spruce to go in here. And what we should get out is charcoal. Now, I do need to go ahead and make just one thing, and that is these extraction pipes. So if I search pipes, you can see we have a basic item pipe. That's really all we're going to need. And we're going to need 2 extractor upgrades from this mod at refined right here, and you can see it's a tier 1, and we'll get 2 of those upgrades, and we should be pretty well off. Like, this will be able to make charcoal at a pretty fast rate, where we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Now, let's go ahead and get these pipes thrown in here. So pipes thrown in just like that. I think this will work with the extractor. There we go. I was barely able to see it, but I was able to hit it. Perfect. Also on the bottom. And then when we put our spruce drawer here, it is going to eventually hold a spruce log. And what I'm able to do is actually use this key to lock it in. And there's also another key I can use to it'll let me show how many items are on here to be able to have a rendered display like that. Not necessary, but is definitely an option. Let's go ahead and get some dirt. And what I guess sapling, we'll grab spruce sapling. 4 of them. And this actually should be pretty simple. We place this like this, drop in our saplings, and what we want to do is make sure we have this going in first. Kind of get a supply started here. There we go. And this will act as our filter, so that way we don't have to worry about this being a filter. Now, this is the only thing that's going to be a problem, is this hopper. I can fix this though. I just wanted to show you how this would look. You can fix it with a drawer, but I kind of want to use something else. I want to use one of these new mods, and it has a really cool look to it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So instead of having a lot of items going into our hopper and clogging this up, we can set up a hopper filter, which just goes right on top of our hopper. Not in our hopper, but on top of it. Like this. Same with that. And then on top of that, we can place these hopping bonsais. And of course, set it back up the same way we had it. Except for this time, we can actually specify the specific item we want to go into this hopper. And that will be a spruce log. So if we place that in there, you can see there is a spruce log now floating in there, which I really like the look of having an item like that. And so we should only start seeing, like every time this completes, it's almost at 50. Instead of giving all the items, we should see right there, hopefully, a piece of log coming through. At least that's how I think this is supposed to work. So I can confirm this is actually working. I think it's just depends on when this drops in. That completed. And as you can see, we didn't get one that time, but this side is definitely working because I'm definitely gathering more here than before. So maybe I'll just take this out and try it again. And yeah, this should work. It does seem like it is functioning. So this drawer right here is actually going to be receiving coal. So then I can lock it with the coal or the charcoal. And that's actually what we're going after right now is charcoal. But I can see this is down to 2. This side might have some problems. So what I might end up doing is swapping these out for drawers. I'll just go back to the old school setup that I'm used to. Because these just don't seem like they're working as well as they should. So how you do the drawer one? Well, you just place it like this. And you can see a log did just go in there right now. What I want to do is real quick. I'm going to try my best to do this. Throw these in here, lock it. The hoppers can only pull out so fast, and lock it. Now, this should only accept spruce logs, and of course they'll be pulled out in the bottom. Should continue to work. So again, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to one of my Patreons, someone who's been around for quite a long time, and has definitely been a Patreon for over 24 months, guys. That's a long time. And guys, I just wanted to say a huge thanks to Mech. Thank you so much. It's actually Mech 178, but thank you so much, Mech. Like, you guys mean the world to me. You Patreons are what drives this channel, and I really appreciate you guys so much. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, of course, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also ring that beautiful notification bell. And also, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a huge thumbs up. Guys, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.